So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Qur'an about the disbelievers when they say, which Allah is mentioning in His Qur'an, and when they say, when we become the bones and dust, are we going to be raised as a new creation? Then Allah replied to those disbelievers, Kul kunu hijaratan aw hadida. Allah said, become the stones or the iron. Allah is going to bring you back to the life. Allah even said in the Quran, Innal insana lazuluman jahula. Surely the man is unjust and jahil, fool. We can see today the world is running after, the people in the world, they are running after this world, non-stop. Forgetting that this world is temporary. They're just thinking that how to get the best of this world. And not thinking about that we have a next world, we have a next life, which is forever. Where I will go in my next life, hellfire or paradise. That is the important thing to think about. Allah is giving a guarantee in the Quran that everyone, all of us, will come out from our graves. Even if it is not the graves and people burned you into the ashes, Allah will bring you back into the life. And where you will go after this, hellfire or paradise? That is the big question for us. We are all going to die and we are all going to resurrect to the life again on the day of judgment. And make sure that you will be going in paradise and not in the hellfire. And what you should do, one thing only. La ilaha illallah. Which means that there is no God except Allah. There is no one to give us life except Allah. There is no one to give us benefit except Allah. There is no one can give us loss except Allah. There is no one can guide us except Allah. All power belongs to Allah. And when He is the one to give everything, then we should serve Him. And the meaning of serve Him is to do everything for His sake. Whatever He commands, we follow His commands. And whatever He forbids, we should not do that. Today, the people in the world, they are making injustice to other people. There is no government in the world. The people who belongs to the government in the world, they are not. There is no government in the world today which is free from corruption. Somewhere you will see the corruption. They steal the money of the people. One of the country which I can say maybe very seldom there is a corruption cases is Japan. But there might be some corruption, maybe unintentional corruption. For example, the government allowed to drink alcohol. But definitely the alcohol is going to destroy your life. But yet it is allowed. Cigarettes are killing human beings. But every government in the world, they allow the cigarettes. All the Muslim government, they allow cigarettes. And there are millions of people who are being killed with cigarette smoking. But governments allowed because the government need taxes. And the taxes is going to the government workers. The law of Allah which is free from corruption. Today in the world, today in Philippines, everywhere in the world, there are lots of corruption in the purchases. When I am the company owner, I know I will going to purchase the lowest price. Like in the Philippines, then there are lots of government tenders at you when people are buying it very expensive. Why? For me, if I give to the government anything, I want to sell it the lowest price because it's the money of the people. We need to give people cheaper prices for everything, especially if it is food and medicines. But we can see thousands of percent of corruption all around the world. If you believe in the next life that you answered it on the day of judgment to Allah, you will not be corrupt. You will never go to corruption. Because corruption is a robbery. Corruption is a thief. It is stealing the money of the people. You think that you can make corruption and you can lose some money and you can have houses and cars and everything. What about the day of next life? What about the day of judgment? You will answer this. what you will do now. And if you cannot pay on the day of judgment, you will be going in the hellfire. Look at ourselves, how we come. We come in this world with no clothes at all. And hungry. And look at the end of the world. People will go outside without anything. So why need to steal or to do the corruption and do the bad things? If you fear Allah, don't cheat people, don't steal the money of the people. And if you borrow the money or anything from the people, you should return it. You cannot borrow anything from anyone without their permission. Anything. You cannot get from anyone anything without their permission. So be fair, be just, be kind, be generous. And never to involve in any kind of corruption, because corruption, it's a sickness, it is evil. Prophet Muhammad said, Al-Rashi wal-Murtashi kilahuma finnar. The one who give the bribe, the one who take the bribe, they all will go to hellfire. And the topic is, Allah said, when the disbelievers said, are we going to become resurrected to the life when we become bones and dust, the soil? And Allah said, Kul kunu hijarana hadida. Even you become the stones and the iron, Allah will bring you back to the life. Because we are here in this world, we come from nothing, from one sperm cell and one egg cell from our mother. One sperm cell from our father, one egg cell from our mother, which is a tiny cell. Allah make us this human being. And we are going to the end. And then we will be resurrected to the next life. And then, if you go to the, save from the hellfire, and you go to the paradise, that's the true success. But in this world, if you get millions and billions and trillions, and if you go in the next life in the hellfire, and not in paradise, then you are a loser. So think about this. How I can live as a good human being who follow the commandments of Allah and follow the way of the prophets. So I can have a good life here, and in the next life, I can be saved from the hellfire and enter to paradise forever. I mean, do the best in this world, do all the good in this world, and not to do any evil. So on the day of judgment, you're in front of Allah and you can be proud of. Allah can say, I'm proud of my slave, because he did something great in the life. Not that Allah will say, وَامْتَازُ الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ, apart, oh you criminals today. Rather than those who will be given the salam, Allah will say, Salamun qawlun min Rabbi Rahim, the greeting of salam from the word, from the Lord the merciful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So always try to do good. So when you're on the day of judgment, you can present to Allah yourself, Allah, the life you give me, I did these all things in my life for your sake, for the sake of Allah. Then Allah can say, this my slave, I'm proud of him. He did the best in his life. So may Allah make us, that Allah will be proud of us on the day of judgment, and not that Allah will blame us for our bad doings in this life. So do good and don't do evil. May Allah guide us. Ameen.